Hello, and in today's video we are going to be looking on how to create low content books for free to sell on Amazon KDP. Okay, and we're going to go through the entire process. Okay, so this video is going to be all about the keywords, finding the keywords. We need to find the keywords. Mate, where's the keywords? Give me the keywords, keywords. That's enough of that. After we find the keywords, then tomorrow we're going to have a look at doing the interior and how we can do the interior of your low content book, yeah? Then the next day we're going to do the cover, yeah? And then after the cover we're going to look at doing A+ content, which is how you brand your Amazon page. And then on the last day we're going to upload it, right? So this is what I'm going to do this week. This is what we're going to do, right? So if you haven't been to this channel before, my name is Ben McQueeney, and I make videos on how you can self-publish on Amazon KDP to make a great passive income. This is the new style of video that I'm doing with no edits. So there is a little bits of gaps and stuff like that. So if you don't have the concentration for a little gap or a little or a little ah, then navigate away, get gone. Yeah. But if you want to learn how to do this and maybe have a giggle at the same time, then why don't you stick around? Why don't you even subscribe to the channel? So you just subscribe by pressing the button, and then you are in my group, in my followers. Yeah. So anyway, right. How to create low content books. The first thing we need to do is find some keywords, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type keywords. Now, keywords are important. Some people at the moment are saying that keywords are not so important anymore. But the way I see it is that if somebody is wanting to find a book like yours, then they're going to have to write in the search bar some sort of words to find your book, aren't they? So keywords are not so important anymore. Actually, yes, they are, because how are they going to find your book if you haven't got the good keywords? Right. So keywords. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to. I'm going to show you how you do it without a program for free first. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this, and I've got an incognito browser open. Here we go. Right. So let's think of what we need to do when we're doing low content books is we need to find a popular niche, right? And then we need to take the bestseller and we need to flip it on its head and do something different. Because if you just copy the bestseller, yeah, the bestseller's always going to win the sale, yeah, because it's got more reviews, more history, and so on and so forth, right? And they're doing something right, aren't they? Because they're the bestseller. So why is your book going to be better than theirs? Well, you're going to do something to it to make it different, so that somebody will look at yours and think, oh, it's different, so I'm going to have a go at that. I'm going to have a go at that one, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to look at something really, really common, let's try mileage logbook. Mileage logbook. Very common, very saturated. Look at this, 40,000 results for mileage logbook, but I tell you what, 39,999 of them will be copies of the bestseller. So we're going to take the bestseller and we're going to change it, and now you are one of one. One of one. Yeah, so now you've got a chance. So let's just go down here and let's have a look at what we've got, right? So we can see that these are, the bestseller rating here are kind of 31,000, 40,000. So it means it's certainly selling, you know, quite a lot a day. So maybe 10, 20 a day, okay? So this one here, mileage logbook, look, it's really simple. And look at the keywords, mileage logbook. So that'll be a keyword, yeah, because that's what I've just typed in there. Vehicle mileage journal, so that would be another keyword, yeah, for business. Vehicle mileage journal for business. For personal taxes, yeah. For automotive, daily tracking miles logbook. See, so what they've done is they've basically give you all of their keywords terms in their actual title. Okay, so what you would do, this is what you would do, is you would take this situation, right? We're going to copy it, and we're going to put it into our little spreadsheet. of keywords, right? So let's just shrink that down a little bit. Let's shrink that down. Here we go. So what I'm going to do is, mileage logbook was one, wasn't it? So let's cut that, paste it there. Vehicle mileage journal for business. Cut that, put it there. Personal taxes, automotive daily tracking miles logbook. That could be one. There we go. Odometer. Is that how you pronounce it? Odometer. So all I'm doing here is Control X, which will just cut it, and then Control V, which pastes it in. So look, they've got automobile. Will be one. Automobile. Personal taxes. Personal taxes. Truck or car owner gift notebook. Truck or car owner gift notebook. Right, so what I've done is I've split up that into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 keywords. So can we break this down a little bit more? We're going to call it mileage logbook. That's going to be the actual title. Because the way keywords are is you want your strongest keyword, your most relevant keyword as your title. So this is going to be a mileage logbook, right? But we need to do something different to it, right? So mileage logbook is going to be the main title, right? Vehicle mileage journal for business, right? So what we could probably do is vehicle mileage journal. Let's just take that. Let's have that as a for business. Personal taxes. There we go. So we've created 7 keywords there, right? So what you want to do then is you want to search each of these on Amazon and see what we get back, right? So vehicle mileage logbook. Let's go back to Amazon and let's just see if it pops up. Let's see what we get here. So 20,000, but we are still hitting these kind of vehicle mileage journals, so on and so forth. Logbook for taxes, so that seems to be a good one. Logbook for taxes. Mileage journal, automotive mileage journal. Okay, mileage logbook, so on and so forth. Right. So look for self-employed. Ideal for car truck drivers, for self-employed. So for self-employed could be a good one. So let's just go back to our keywords. So we put for business, and we can put self-employed too. Okay, so you build up your keywords like that. Now you spend a bit of time on it and get enough keywords. Now you can only have 50 characters in each of your 7 keyword slots, and you can also have a subtitle. So this is going to be our title here, and this is going to be our subtitle, and these bad boys here are going to be our 7 keyword terms. 7 back-end keywords. These are hidden. Adobe, go away. Right, 7 back-end keywords. Keywords, right, which are going to be these. Okay, right. So what we're going to do now is search each one, like I've just seen there, and sort of make sure that the correct book is coming up for each sort of search term, and that's about good enough, right? We can see that this has got a high number of sales. So see, this has got 31,000, right? So if I go to TCK Publishing, and let's go, this is the Amazon sales calculator, right? So it's going to be a book, and it's 30,000, 1, 2, 3 ish. Calculate sales, right? So sales per month, 145. So it's doing 145 sales a month, right? So it is a popular niche. See, that's even better. Look at this one, 6,394. 6,394. Calculate sales. 540 sales per month. So this is the one we're going to look at, mileage logbook. So again, mileage logbook. So I think for this purposes, we're going to completely ignore what Publisher Rocket has said to us there. And we're going to just do our own keywords like we have been doing, right? So mileage logbook is going to be what we do for the rest of these tutorials, okay? So again, you can just kind of look through self-employed, we've got tracker, notebook, yes, we've got all that. This will be the one that we're going to base ours off, right? But what I would say is that look at this, it's £4.7 and its print length is 105. So the amount of royalties on that is a bit pants. Yeah, it's a bit pants. So I'm not into that. We need at least £1.50 per sale. Now I know that book is going to cost probably about £2.20 to print. You know what I mean? So when Amazon have took their share of the royalties, you don't really make anything. So it's a bit of a false economy that, because yes, it's doing really, really well, but it's probably making 10 pence per sale, and you think, well, what's the point? You know what I mean? What is the point of making 45 quid a month? There's no point to it. So, okay. So this one's doing. So this one. Oh, this is a hardcover, but the paperback's £7.18. Okay, right. So this one's doing better. This is the one we're going to base it off. Now, what we need to do is we need to look at this and we need to think, how can we make this better? How can we make this our own? Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this whole thing for tomorrow. Copy, and we're going to put that into our little doodah. Let's put it there. Very good. It just pops up there. That's very good, very good. Right, so what we're going to do is, how do we make this mileage logbook better? So you can see here, date, time, start, end, total mileage, destination, and notes. Okay, so you're not gonna fit much notes in there, are you? Are you, mate? No. Mileage logbook, year, make, model. Okay, so maybe each page is this. So this is like a communal kind of thing, isn't it? So it could be a company that has different cars and so on and so forth. Right, now, why don't you then have a mileage logbook which also mixes in, right, the receipts for the fuel? So there's a space to put the receipts, staple receipts here, potentially. Why don't you have a mileage logbook? Because that would be useful, wouldn't it? Keeping the receipts with the record of the miles. Why don't you have the services of these particular cars in the mileage logbook too? Right, so let's just go to our little doodah. Now the mileage logbook is just a basic odometer, isn't it? Yeah. But why can't we have a mileage logbook? And the USP is it's also a service history, planned maintenance. God, I cannot. Maintenance. God, is that spelled correctly? Who, you know what? Work it out later. Service history, planned maintenance. But then you could also have a place for receipts. And the other thing that I would say as well, which I think might be useful, is potentially date, time, notes. So the notes, now if this was probably a company, if we think logically, in that notes section, it would probably be who's used the car. Yeah, who has used the car. So what you could do is you could have a notes section, which would be where you put your receipts. So let's just say that in this section here, you could have a space that says notes or attach receipts. Right, so we've made it different. Yeah, it's something completely different. Yeah, and then you've got, and you could even say planned servicing, service details, yeah, and then you could have date, time, driver. So it includes the driver as well. So can you see what I've done there? I've taken this, which is the best seller, and now I've basically took 3 things and put them together, so it's completely its own little thing, right? Okay, so can you see how I've made that different? So it's a mileage logbook, but it's also going to have a place to put the services. It's going to have a place to put planned maintenance, changing tyres, etc., changing oil, things like that, checking tyre pressures. You know, we could put that information in there in that little box, couldn't we? Right? And also have a place to affix receipts for the fuel. Voila! It's a completely different thing. Okay? Right. So that is video 1 of this week. And tomorrow we are going to make this particular logbook. Yeah? The interior. We're going to make those pages. So we're going to make a single page that we're happy with. We're going to repeat it loads and loads of times. And then that's going to be the basic basis of our particular book. Now, one quick thing that I would say before we go is we also want our book to be competitive as well. So we want it be low £7, I would have thought. So £6.99, I think, because then it's going to beat this on USPs and it will beat it on price. Okay, so back to my original point. Why would someone buy your mileage logbook if it was the same as this? Yeah, it was basically exactly the same. No one's going to, either, because this one has got 772 ratings and it's doing really well. Yeah, we know it's doing really well because we've looked at the sales calculator and things like that, right? But if yours comes in to the arena, it's got similar metadata, yes, okay, yes, similar metadata, keywords and things like that, right? But now yours has got also a place to do your servicing, planned maintenance, your receipts. It's got a place to put your drivers' names. I think that the place that, you know, I think that will make it stand out, add more value to this very saturated niche. So we're going to do that tomorrow. Yeah. So this video can be basically applied to anything, right? So any low content books. Yeah. So it doesn't have to be mileage logbook. Go and find another popular niche. You know what I mean? It could be a savings book. Yeah, that's a popular niche. It could be could even be something like a weight loss planner. You know what I mean? Because one of the things with weight loss planner, it'd be like, right, weight loss planner, yeah, but it's got a food journal, yeah, but that's been done loads. So what's the next thing you could do? It's a food journal, it's a weight loss planner, yeah, but it's also got your psychological fitness. See, this is what I mean. But that could be already done as well. The point is, taking something that's doing well, adding a spin to it, and then you're going to have a chance, aren't you? Okay. So, hit that like button, subscribe, and if you want to know more details on how to publish low content books, then go to profitablelowcontent.com and check out my system, right? And until tomorrow, I'll see you then.